Hi guys, Ryu here, and in this video let's model the stock. Now before we start, if you didn't remember, make sure that you save your file. So just click on Power Save. So we're going to create a consecutive file. It's good to have backups, especially when you work destructively. And with subd we actually work destructively. So anyway, let's grab this stock to local, so /, and we need to do the same thing as we did with the handle, which means we need to add some subd. Let's select this edge first, okay, and Control B to add a bevel like this, not a big one, just a small one, right? Then what we're gonna do is select this edge here all around up to here and select bevel weight as well. What I mean is create a bevel, and then we're gonna select this edge all around here, and we're actually gonna add bevel weight to it, right? So add bevel weight. And this one, I have no idea how to handle this one yet. I think I'll need to see it. So what we're gonna do now is actually get auto smooth going on, shade smooth, and then we're gonna apply a mirror. So we have it, you know, mirrored across, right? And apply it. So now everything is peachy. Now what I'm gonna do is run subd on it. So Control 2 and actually make it 3. And now we're going to try to control this shape. So let's go back here and think. Now, first of all, what we need is we need to control these edges all around here. Correct? So from here to here. And let's see if we can do it with Control B to, you know, introduce a bevel that it's not too harsh. You see, that's perfect because I want this curvature to continue. Now, this one needs to be sharper, which means I could theoretically maybe add a bevel in here. So right click and add bevel weight, and we're gonna add a bevel here. So add a bevel, change to weight, segments to 3, and increase the offset, so, and move it above subd. Okay, that's important. So now let's see how this works for us. Is it working at all? Let's see, this should be sharp. So you know what we could do? We could actually introduce a crease in here. So let's select this edge one more time, this one. Let's actually bevel it one more time, and then let's actually add crease. So edge crease, and let's crease it a little bit. This is not actually helping much. Right. Let's go back here. Maybe we just leave the stock around in here. So what we could do, we could actually bevel this a little bit on this side like that, you see. That's what we could do. Add one more segment to make it smooth. How are we looking? Yeah, we're looking pretty hot. We're looking pretty hot. We're looking pretty hot. Okay, let's grab these two and, you know, match them. So they really need to match, okay, together. See, this is too relaxed, which means we do need to maybe add a bevel weight in here. Maybe. Let's see. I'm just gonna run it in here. So edge bevel weight and add the bevel weight and see how we're gonna look here. And this is a little bit better, but we got some pinching in here, which I don't like in this area, which means we will need to add a loop cut in this area, right, and connect these two, and I think it's gonna be okay. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. I wanted to press J. There we go. How are we looking? Much better. It's a little bit too gentle in here, which means what we need to do is we need to grab these edges and bring them closer. So let's go to occlude, so we can see this edge here. And simply what we need to do, actually, you know what, let's just grab this edge alone. What we need to do is run a bevel on it one, okay? So we need to run a bevel like this as well here, but it's gonna cause problems. So what we will do is simply connect these two edges, right, with J, right, like that. And then we could probably, let's go to side view. Let's grab this edge. It's difficult to see, right? So let's grab this edge and this edge. Let's go back to side view. and let's manipulate with it. So let's see. If I'm gonna add a crease over there, so bevel weight, this is gonna be too harsh, you see. So let's actually bring another loop from the top here, like this. This should solve it, okay? Kind of. Yes, this will. There's a pinching in here, which means we need to relax it, you see. I haven't, you know, it's an OCD thing, I can't help it. It's just, what we're gonna do is move this edge a little bit inwards. So grab this edge and this edge, right? Go back here and grab this grip so you can see, and GX, and move it this way like this. So we're gonna relax this this line here. That's much better, you see, much more relaxed. So it's all about controlling the geo and the flow, okay? This one looks fine, but to be honest, it's a little bit too relaxed here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this edge, this one, okay? In fact, let's grab the whole thing and let's bevel it. So when we bevel it and we relax it, we can get a better curvature in here, you see? That's much better, closer to what we have with a grip. It's not perfect actually though. It's not perfect, it's not perfect, it's not perfect. This is better. However, we need to move this edge a little bit lower. So let's select these 4, go back to front view, and then GZ and move it down. See? And now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with fire. There you go. That's perfect. It needs to look like it, you know, it fits perfectly. It's a perfect fit, okay? So this needs some support loop in here. So let's grab a loop, E, and then F to flip it. So it's gonna follow this edge here. And we need to go to local view and simply, let's get out of this X-ray mode and Control R, drop a loop and simply connect them in here like this. And this, you see, watch this. See how this relaxes geo? Let me show you. I'm gonna go here. Watch this part. Watch this part. I'm gonna connect them to. Watch here. Watch. Boom. See that I pulled it in, and these details, right? That's where the master of shading is hidden. Okay. You just need to see those tiny things. It's a little bit of pulling in here as well, but I think that's acceptable. That's acceptable. And it's probably because there's an angle in here. So what I could do is run another loop like this, and let me see, and connect these two like that. So with J, and this should fix it. And now it's perfect. So again, you gotta remember you're working on sub D geo. So you know, preferably, I mean, you can run n-gons, but if you can run quads, you know, don't be shy to do so, okay? Let's run a mirror. Now we need to fix this, okay? So this one is way too relaxed, all right? So let's select the inner edge. It's gonna be better because this outer edge actually is supporting this face. And I think the inner edge is what we need to remove. So sometimes you just need to experiment and select this one and dissolve edge. Now let's select this one again, and now let's make this bevel slightly more you know, more narrow, and actually make it 3 edges, not 2. There you go. That's much better. You see, I want this to be sporty, but not, you know, not too sporty, you know what I mean? It's actually too thin in my opinion, this thing. So what we're gonna do, right, is a neat trick. So let's grab this and let's Control B this, but you need to be really precise. In fact, press W a few times until you see a circle, and hold Shift and simply run your circle across these verts here. If you accidentally select something you don't want, like this, switch to Control and deselect them, and then back to Shift and select all these ones in the middle, okay? So it's selected across the mesh, and this one too, by the way. Right, so make sure all of it is selected, right? I think we need these as well. One more time. And make sure these are all selected here. So you gotta be precise, okay? All right. It's a bit of a surgical operation. Check on the other side. We can always mirror it. So W twice and then go to turn off this thing and press N so we have more space to look at. And let's just scale it inwards like that. But you need to be in orthographic mode for this to work. Don't be in perspective, yeah, because it's gonna scale weirdly. You need to be in orthographic, otherwise it's not gonna work. So let's just scale it inwards just a little bit, yeah? Just a little bit. Let's see if it's gonna work for us. Yeah, it looks a bit better. It looks a bit better. But I wonder if it's not pulling inside a little bit. I think it's pulling inside a tiny bit. Maybe not. Huh. So let's go Shift Y, which means it's gonna scale, but not on Y-axis. So do something like this. Now let's deselect it and select only these ones, right? Only these ones. Okay. And then we're gonna move it on GX, right? And select now only these ones. And we're gonna move it on GZ. Somewhere here, okay? And let's see what we get. Now see, now this is much better. It's not as thin. I think still the top should go down, so a little bit come down. So, you know, select all these and GZ and move it down a little bit like that. Perfect. That will work. Now let's see. This one is way too relaxed in here, okay? So let's get out of this X-ray mode and press V to see what we're doing. Yeah, this is way too relaxed, you know, way too relaxed. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. In fact, let's remove this edge for a second so we can see. Well, we could, you know, remove these, but they are kind of supporting edges. Huh. Well, we could, let's see if we can actually delete that. Dissolve edge and dissolve edge. And now how are we looking? We're looking pretty peachy. Let's connect these two together. So let's get out of this X-ray mode. Let's connect these two together as a face. And that's an angle in here, which is a little bit of a problem. But it's on a flat surface, which should be fine. So we're still good. Let's select these two and we can't see what we're doing again. So X-ray mode. Select this one and the top one, right? And let's see if we can actually, maybe we could bevel it up to here. See if it's gonna work. So bevel it like this. Did it work? It kinda did. It kinda did. This is gonna look nasty, so we will need to fix it by simply running loops here and connecting them to this geo. So connect it in here. We need to remove this, you know, this triangle is a bad news. So another loop could go here, so we could just run a knife like this. And this again is a bad news, so remove it. Now see, now it's smooth. And the same thing we need to go in the bottom. However, we got some pinching in here because of the triangle. No, oh, it's an angon. Yeah, we need to fix this geo, otherwise it's gonna be garbage. So let's see. Let's bring this lower first of all, okay? And let's combine these two together, and now should be better. There you go. So in these situations, in fact, let's move it a little bit higher. So this angle here is more gentle. Let's move this one lower. Because again, as I told you, right, you remember this like a sort of sun ray pattern. They need to radiate outside from the bevel in the most civil way possible. So again, these, for example, they should be a little bit to the front, but you know, we can fix it later. And the same thing we need to do here, unfortunately. So we need to run a loop here. So run a loop across, let's bring it to local mode. Let's run a loop across here, not like this. I want to run a loop like this. So in here, like this, like here, and then Z, click and enter. And let's select these two and face, and the same thing we need to do here. So Control R, loop until here, and this needs to be one face as well, and this needs to be connected like this. This is way too high, so I need to go closer to this edge here. This one doesn't matter really because it doesn't support anything really, so we could literally run this one closer to this edge like this, and it's just, you know, this doesn't matter because it's a flat face, right? This is what matters because it's angular. So, and also let me see, this mirror could be above everything. See this edge in the middle? If you put this mirror above, subdivide is gonna disappear. So let's do that, and make sure you got merged on. This merge is actually merging the middle, you see? So you might want to have it on. There's a bit of pinching in here, but you know, we could kind of relax it a teensy-weensy bit. I'm guessing it's caused by subdivision being just clamped in one spot. Now see, now it's a bit better. So that's kind of cool, and the same thing actually I wouldn't mind doing in here. So this is way too steep in my humble opinion. So we could actually move this one higher on the z-axis. So select, let's go to X-ray again, select this one and go GZ, so it's gonna go straight high, and select these ones and go GX to move it this way, and automatically this angle is gonna be much sharper. This one can be actually kind of round. I don't mind, it's cool. Maybe these ones are a little bit too crazy, let's relax them a little bit, just a little bit, you know. So something like this. Yeah, there we go. Just a bit too tight, you know, bit too tight. So let's relax them just a teensy-weensy. Yeah, that's better. And we can now, well, the mirror, we are running the mirror anyway, so we could actually, you know what, we could actually go above and just apply the mirror, so it's gonna mirror across. And now we do need to clean it up a bit, okay, because, you know, it's a bit the mesh looks a bit like a pig. So GG and move it here, GG and move it here, and let's go to side view. Let's space it nicely, shall we, so it's not so congested, something like this. And, you know, we could move these ones here, GG. We're gonna run a mirror later again, so this one is fine, this one is fine, it's fine, everything is fine. Well, that looks good. So let's see how we're looking. We're looking pretty peachy, I think. Looks kind of sportsy. So this is not gonna be like a steel or metal. It's gonna be some kind of a carbon fiber or whatever, stock, kind of soft looking, not soft to the touch, but soft looking. Now this angle here doesn't really match, you see that, this one. So what we're gonna do is select all these, and before we do that, go to occlude, so we have this X-ray mode on. Select all these across, right, but not these ones. This one, by the way, needs to move a little bit. So again, box select these ones, and then B again, and box select these ones. Now let's click on R and literally rotate it on Y-axis, okay, until it kind of more or less matches this angle. Sorry about my OCD, just kicks in, and yeah. And to be honest, this one could go in the same way. So what we could do is grab these, so all of these, right, all of these, and literally move them like that, right, you know. And then we need to, of course, move these ones back. So GX and move them here. So this matches this one, right? Perfect. And again, you know, We need to fix these because reasons. So let's run a modifier and let's grab a mirror and let's mirror it on all the axes and bring it up and apply it. And now everything should be fine. And of course we can remove the middle line because we don't need it from both inside and outside. And now we're looking good. Now we're looking good. So we got the stock, and everything is matching the design, which is pretty cool. I like it. And it looks kind of sportsy, which is nice. It adds a bit of lightness to this heavy duty rifle, because this rifle is a scary rifle, right? It's huge. It's huge. Okay. So, just let's have a look. And this pinching here, I don't know if it's pinching or not pinching. Maybe it's caused by the distance of these. GG. Just move. Let's move them a little bit inside. I don't know if it's gonna help. GG. This area here. Thinking how to relax this. Maybe it's the angle here. This is the problem. It could be the angle. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna grab these, right, across and just move them, GG, and move them a little bit here. In fact, a bit more, so we can move this one higher. And this should actually relax it a bit more. So let's grab these ones and move them a little bit even closer. And these ones, we're gonna move them over. So GG, and move them over somewhere here. That's fine. In fact, this should be closer too. So GG, and do it like that. Perfect. Okay. Now it's better. See, this pinching is gone. It's really barely visible, but it just annoys me. So we're gonna clean it up later a bit more, because we got some triangles in here and stuff. So we could actually run a knife here to get rid of this. So wait a minute. Let me think. If I splitted it in half here, right, then I could combine these two, and then this could be a quad, and then I think I'm all quads again. There's an angle here, but I could actually divide it. So grab another loop in here, combine these two, and combine these two, right? And then simply merge these two in a face and run this edge a little bit lower. So GG, move it lower. This one, move it lower, and simply add the loop in here and combine them, and there's a quad. Oh, this one, G. There we go. Now we got quads, all quads in this area. In fact, to be honest, you don't really need these loops. I think you can remove them, because they only support this part, but this part is flush against the surface, and we're gonna be adding weighted normals at the end anyway, right? Which was gonna sort of flatten all the faces. So to be honest, this geo here, that's literally unnecessary. You don't need it. It's fine. It's fine not to have it. It's completely fine. I mean, you can have it, but you don't need to. These edges are important. These ones gonna be flat anyway. If this was a curvature here, you couldn't have this, but on a flat surface, you're fine. You see, there's no change in shading, so you literally don't need them. Now that's an angle in here too, but we could fix it easily. So just run a knife here. There you go, and add a loop in here. And I think we're good. Okay, let's see. There is an angle in here too, so we can make it into a quad. There you go. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna simply mirror it again. So again, mirror it, and bring this mirror on the top. select y-axis only and apply it. And everything is peachy. So, you know, we can play with like a more detailed cleanup later on, but at the minute all we need to do is just simply remove these two edges. Not vertices, that's not what I want to do. I wanted to remove the edges, dissolve edges, there we go. And we are good. We are good. So that's our stock and our grip together. Let's see how it looks. It fits perfectly. Shading is beautiful. Everything is peachy. Nice. So that would be our stock and handle done. Now we're gonna move on to next video, to this receiver, and let's see how we can actually, you know, design this part. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.